Now to that one-eyed pedophile prostituting faggot motherfucking welfare trifling motherfucker, Richard S. Taylor, 2 years younger than Frank Gould Taylor, or Frank G. Taylor, that was not in right of Mary E. Taylor, bitch, or are your ass missing it? And the younger side of Yahweh family don't have to fucking roll your birthright, bitch. It's the elder side by the pussy of the great goddamn seer of Virginia. 1776 Virginia Constitution of the great seer of Vertis, where she's iter of 1782, bitch, of the great seer, in which she's on both. Now, I'm gonna say it one more goddamn time. Whatever the fuck you wanna call this up to be. Teresa Hall Taylor, Helen Tyler. It's a fucking man that was born with a dick, and he's Richard S. Taylor, 2 years younger than Frank G. Taylor. That's 2 years younger. Two of me showing you, bitch. 2 years younger than Mary E. Taylor. They didn't have right to Mary E. Taylor in no kind of goddamn way. Or her child, Dorothy Taylor, bitch. It is older children on that United States and males which would have had the right to marry E. Taylor if they were out of lucid pussy of her mother. If they weren't from lucid pussy of William having a black bitch-ass wife, spit bitch-ass wife, and cracker bitch-ass wife. If it weren't from that black pussy of that black bitch you say, and nigger, then those oldest on that United States Census didn't have a right to marry Elizabeth Taylor fucking neither. But if they from lucid pussy, Mary's mother, bitch, then they had the right to her and not William goddamn children by that fucking spit and cracker motherfucker. And it's right on the fucking 4 of them pages of 1900 to 1940 of 10 years apart fucking United States Census. There were males older than Mary E. Taylor and a twin that appear and look and sat as well. Now, I ain't playing with them and a goddamn thing because their own documentation hang their goddamn ass. Though they try to one married, have him to look 10 years older than her. They should go back to them goddamn 2 pages that show he's 2 years younger than her, Frank G. Taylor, Frank Gould Taylor, and Long Franklin Gould Taylor is 2 years younger than Mary. That's not order of God's goddamn order where the man is first. So Franklin Gould Taylor, Frank Gould Taylor in short, didn't have a right to his older sister 2 years older than him, Mary Elizabeth Taylor, Mary E. Taylor, short Lizzie M. Taylor. A. Taylor, Ms. She B. Taylor, native fucking Indian. And Mary, she's English and American. But in her native Indian name, she's Ms. bitch of Amanut, Hebrew, that is Pocahontas, bitch, is Amanut in Hebrew. She's Ms. in American in name, motherfuckers. Little infant, I have straightened it out. It's the father of William who thought to steal Pocahontas right. Talking about he's a French goddamn cracker one and homosexual in the name Ms. Little infant of Washington, D.C. and have a right to a goddamn thing coming from Rockefellers who took the woman child beforehand and that in which would be the lucid one and which is of it. And little infant wife is the lucid one, Mary Elizabeth Taylor mother. He took her wrongfully that I even show you in their history, bitch. He is of the Rockefellers that took a woman child wrong and raped, and then he's an adulterer, and her father took his ass into court by law, bitch. And he was a fugitive vagabond for the rape and taking her dowry. And the dowry is her inheritance, bitch. How the Rockefellers start to get the fucking money and theft like their fucking ass, taking woman wrongfully. That's why you see Franklin Gould Taylor, Frank Gould Taylor, head of household of his father's household by fucking high treason it be of further treason of them of that side of the family, espionage, identification theft. Who the fuck will have head of household over their father? It's only by law it would be permitted. He marrying the royal divine one, bitch. Married Elizabeth Taylor with the asteroid of Essie in the fucking name. And that E with asteroid is on that money of United States of America, bitch. And not just United States and Colombia. The E in asteroid is right on their fake goddamn money where they putting the asteroid before the E. With her name, the asteroid is after the E because on the Great Seal, the asteroid is on the end of 1782. For that in which be a vertex, that's iter, that is Cinque Iter AD Astro. Astro, an asteroid that is known in the symbol, bitch, is the royalty sign of the star of one of many. That indicates Mary Elizabeth Taylor is the one of many motherfuckers and the rightful one. Why Franklin Gould Taylor, Frank Gould Taylor for short, is head of his father's household, and that in which be William, in which took her mother, in which would have been and little infant wrongfully. William took Barbara, he's saying, and Barbara is probably his fucking transgender one, and he having a woman wrongfully, bitch, and which would be of it. And in it, God showed me things of the household, in which be of that side of the family. William possibly is the father of Mary, and wrongfully an incest or molestation, motherfuckers. And that being said, let's get back to that United States Census of the 4 pages I have of the Library of Virginia. Richard S. Taylor, that Ernest Russell, that called himself Teresa R. Taylor, is even younger than Franklin Gould Taylor and an older brother 2 years older than him. So when the fuck Teresa will have a right to any goddamn thing he called himself? Never, motherfuckers. Nor his son Kelly Beauregard Taylor, bitch, because he a set a twin of Dorothy and the youngest one, motherfucker, and it went to the eldest one having the right in. But all of that they done is from Peter fucking rape. So, bitch, they ain't never have a right to me, and that rape by Freud, Charles Lee Moody, in no kind of goddamn way by his father, that is Ernest Russell, which is Aura, in which be in the middle of it, Richard, in which be in other places, as in Goochland Treasurer. I think he used a Aura. They'd switch around the fucking first letter of names and put on a short, as in a nickname of an alias, or they'll do it in which be of it, in some way that still indicate it's them, where he put an S when it come to him on them United States Census, someone older than him, put him as Richard S. Taylor. That's Teresa R. Taylor, bitch. Why you seeing Richard there, but with Teresa and the transgender, he used Aura after Teresa, bitch. For his Richard S. Taylor he be on it of the census in 1900. He is 2 years younger. If it's not there, it would be, bitch, because 2 years younger than Mary E. Taylor is that in which be Frank G. Taylor, which is Franklin G. Taylor, Franklin Gould Taylor. Under it is Richard S. Taylor. That's goddamn Teresa R. Taylor right there, in which in transgender he calls himself Teresa R. Taylor. He's Richard S. Taylor. He and that of Dorothy taking her and raped by Freud, bitch, and Uncle Ernest that called himself Earl. It's double the age of her that's in my book written of my grandmother teaching me, telling me of the time of her dying, and I take care of it being of taking care of her, coming out the hospital, bitch, before death. That she was married to Earl that was double her age. He was 24 and she was 12. That's fucking Teresa R. Taylor, that is Ernest Russell, bitch, Earl, that didn't have a right to the niece because it would have been not even Frank Gould Taylor right, as I was told in Revolution of it being a mines in the United States District Court. And that of the backwardness, Frank, I told you, Gould Taylor would have had the right to Dorothy and a brother Mary, and which would be, and the older brother it would really have belonged to, and not a younger brother, because Franklin Gould Taylor is 2 years younger than Mary. It would have been Mary's older brother that had a right of his child to that in which be a first cousin, or that in which he as an uncle would have had a right to what be his niece. Is that fucking clear? Because the oldest, though younger, can have the right, which you see with it of Pocahontas' uncle, Jehovah's brother Ephraim, would have had the right to her Pocahontas and a younger brother of Jehovah, then Frank Gould Taylor was rightful in having Dorothy, not fucking Richard S. Taylor, Teresa R. Taylor, he called himself, and Ernest Russell. That R there with Teresa R. Taylor is Russell, but it's not only in Russell, it's because he Richard S. Taylor and 1900 sisters. He didn't never have a right to goddamn Dorothy. His older brother Frank Gould Taylor, Franklin Gould Taylor, would have had a right to her, and Frank G. Taylor of the younger side, as Jehovah, having a firstborn daughter, went to his younger brother. And that being said, Teresa R. Taylor ain't got a right to a goddamn thing of my shit, or a son, Charles Lee Moody, of her being, and Teresa R. Taylor, Colleen Moody. They ain't have a right to me in no kind of way physically, let alone talking about the fuck they me and got my shit. Now, I ain't playing with them or none of your goddamn ass, and certain them goddamn spits that ain't native Indian of a goddamn thing. I have documentation of this goddamn country of America to Colombia. 12 in the United States is Columbia, bitch, of America, and the 13. And the first of the 13 is Virginia should be. They ain't got a right to a goddamn thing, them fucking spits. My great-grandma Mary E. Taylor, and improved the fuck by documentation, even with their fucking binary algorithm, ebonic phonics shit in it. If you got the authentic fucking records, she would still be there, bitch. As my birth certificate, they did all that shit too. There's a revenue bond in which being Medical College of Virginia in the rear of the federal government. And not just essential, bitch. Medical College of Virginia have my official, not bitch, authentic revenue bond. And the authentic records, Mary E. Taylor is that in birthright of Dorothy, mother of native Indian, bitch, and the Indian that Africa herself be a name India, and native Indian nativity, bitch, not these goddamn spits.